The tax assessor collector election is happening right now. Please take time out of your schedule to go vote. I want to tell you why this election is so important to me. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to vote and why I'm asking for you to please show up and cast your ballot. The election started February 20th. That's when early voting started. It's going to last through March 1st, and then election day is March 5th. But please do not act like you have time. Please go ahead and do this. Cast your vote. Here's why it's so important. Let me give you a little bit of background. So the appraisal district is the one that determines your property value. The tax entities, being school districts, city councils, those are the ones that set the tax rate. So what does the tax assessor even do? All they do is they take the information that all those other guys come up with and they put it on a sheet of paper and they mail it to you. That's it. Then when you make your payment, they take the money and they hand it to those guys. That's what happens. So the tax assessor is just a middleman. They don't get to really implement any ideological slant to anything that they're doing. It's an administrative role. And I have a feeling that that mail would get sent out regardless of who's in that office. The staff deserves all the credit for the tax statements going out on time. The tax assessor is just a figurehead so that if something goes wrong, we can wring their neck. But more than anything, the tax assessor is there so that we can have taxation with representation. Probably is an adage you've heard before. Well, as I've gone through all of the crazy stuff I've gone through, it's been really difficult to find somebody that's willing to be held accountable. When the appraisal district attacks me and is filing false complaints and false accusations, and I'm having to defend myself right and left, they're trying to prevent me from helping you for free. They did everything they could to prevent me from helping you. And I went down to the appraisal district at every single board meeting, asking for help, asking for justice, asking for somebody to do the right thing. There were a couple people that did, but the only person that was elected by the people sitting on that board was Wendy Burgess. Now, she didn't even have a vote. She couldn't control anything. The only thing that she had the power to do was to be the voice of the taxpayer. But at every turn, she defended the appraisal district. She defended the chief appraiser. And she was on the wrong side of every issue. And so that is the number one thing in my mind that the tax assessor must do. They must represent the interests of the taxpayers. I'm not going to place my vote based on how timely the mail went out. That's going to happen regardless. The one thing that did not happen is that she did not represent the interests of the taxpayers. That's what I represent. Since we don't have that representative, I'm the guy that's standing in the gap. And I would vote for anybody in this election whose name is not Wendy Burgess for that fact alone. We could probably forgive somebody if they made an error, but we can't forgive somebody who's pledging allegiance to the wrong flag. In this situation, that flag is we the people. So she's got to go. We've got to get somebody new in. And I believe that we would head in the right direction. There are a lot of good things happening at the appraisal district. We got it. Virtually every position of leadership at the appraisal district is being led by a new person. The chief appraiser's new, the head of residential and commercial, and the head administrator, just the head of technology, just about the head of everything they've now left the building under one circumstance or another. The only person that's still left is Wendy Burgess. And by the way, she's going to become a voting member in July. So we've got to make sure that we're getting the right votes of people standing up for us. Please go vote for anybody but Wendy Burgess.